Hello, I'm Dr. Judith Lauter from the Communication Sciences and Disorders program in the Department of Human Services. And I'm honored today to be among this group of illustrious speakers and also to be representing the College of Education. I'd like to tell you just a little bit about the Human Neuroscience Laboratory that's housed in the beautiful new Human Services building here on campus near the corner of College and Regay. The Human Neuroscience Laboratory is all about human brain and behavior. There's hardly any question about human behavior that you can ask that doesn't come from the brain and that in fact hasn't puzzled scientists, clinicians, and educators for many, many years. Some of the oldest questions about humans have to do with how the human brain supports behavior. In the Human Neuroscience Laboratory, we can answer lots of questions that have been a source of confusion for all of these professionals. For example, we can answer questions such as, where do personality differences come from? Other kinds of individual differences that even geneticists today say that genetics are not enough to explain. We can ask questions like, why do some couples have mostly girls and other couples have mostly boys, and some have kind of an alternating series? We can ask questions like why somebody is very, very good at language and literature and somebody else is better at arithmetic and math, and still other people specialize in athletics. Because all of these things come from the brain. Athletics, after all, is not just about your muscles. It's about how your brain talks to your muscles. And personality differences and individual differences in learning skills are also about how different parts of the brain talk to each other. We can ask questions about things that are usually called problems, such as hyperactivity and dyslexia. We're finding out that some of these things actually are more sociological labels than they are medical labels because they're just expressions of normal variants of brains, not broken brains at all. But brains like that have trouble in certain kinds of societies that expect everybody to be a square peg to fit in the square holes. So we can look inside brains and see where hyperactivity and reading problems come from. We're even coming up with new ideas about risk factors for things like Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and breast cancer, all by looking inside the brain. So the Human Neuroscience Laboratory about brain and behavior is here at SFA in the oldest town in Texas, and we're being able to come up with new answers to some of the oldest questions about humans and understanding more about how the brain affects everyday behavior.